On the 120th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast, we're going to be talking about the MLB postseason. We will be making our Week 7 NFL pick'ems. We have a little bit of NBA news and signings. We will be ranking our top 5 NFL rookies so far this season. And end it off with some Hall of Fame, yay or nay. Hey, make sure you use code HatTrick Sports when checking out at w.gg for 10% off your order. Roll it. Welcome to HatTrick Sports, starring your host, Isaiah Carpenter. Bringing you the biggest sports headlines every week. This is the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Let's start it off with the Dodgers are going to the World Series. Can you believe it? It will be, their 5th time in the last 10 years? Something crazy like that, but the Dodgers are headed to the World Series. They have won the National League pennant last night. It's an amazing feeling. They obviously had to play the wild card with the Reds, and then they had the Phillies, and then the Brewers. They have only lost one game. They lost one game to the Phillies. They swept the Reds, lost one game to the Phillies, and then swept the Brewers. It is a phenomenal feeling being a Dodgers fan right now, but a lot is going on with the Dodgers and what it means for the future of baseball. We'll get into that, but I want to first talk about the starters for the Dodgers. The Dodgers starting pitching, unbelievable throughout the championship series. Let's start it off with Snell in game 1. He threw 8 innings, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, and 10 strikeouts. He had one base runner in 8 innings. And you're like, oh, that is going to be the highlight of the series. Nope, hold up, it gets better. Yoshinobu Yamamoto throws a complete game, only giving up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. And then in game 3, you had Tyler Glasnow, who didn't do all that bad, or all that good, but he didn't do all that bad either. He went 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 8 Ks. Not a horrible outing, but compared to the Yamamoto and the Ohtani and the Snell, it didn't look all that great. And then you had Shohei Ohtani last night. We are filming this on Saturday morning. I don't know what time this is going to come out, just with the scheduling of this weekend. I had to film Saturday morning. But yeah, Shohei Ohtani last night, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts, and 3 home runs. Oh my goodness. Shohei Ohtani had probably the best single game postseason performance last night. He went 3 for 3 with 3 bombs. Actually, I don't know what his last at bat was, but he had 3 bombs, 3 home runs, 10 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched, hands down won us that game and ultimately won us that series. It was an unbelievable, historic game for Shohei Ohtani. I won't say it was the most historic game of his career because I was fortunate enough to get to watch the 50-50 in Miami, but that game was unreal for Ohtani. I mean, being the starting pitcher, especially at home, being the starting pitcher, having to run off the mound, getting ready for an at-bat, then hitting a leadoff home run to help yourself in a situation where he obviously didn't give up any runs, but to give you leverage for the other side of the field. Nobody has ever done this. People like to compare him to Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was not facing what Shohei is facing on both sides. Shohei Ohtani batting is not facing a 60-mile-an-hour fastball, and Shohei Ohtani is not throwing against a fat guy that drank beer all the time, Babe Ruth. Shohei Ohtani is on another level of Babe Ruth, and I hate the comparison, but I get it. It's the only thing you can really compare it to, because Babe Ruth did do both at his time. Wild, though. The Dodgers are going to the World Series, going for back-to-back. We're going to be talking about teams that have gone back-to-back in a minute. But, one of the home runs last night for the Dodgers was the 3rd longest home run in Dodger Stadium history. Unbelievable. It was an absolute nuke. he hits the first home run, the leadoff home run, and he's pitching. Everybody goes crazy. He hits the second one. People are like, oh my goodness, nobody's ever done this. He hits the third one, like straight history. Unbelievable. Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player of all time. And you cannot convince me otherwise. He is unreal. Shohei Ohtani is unreal. But if the Dodgers win the World Series, especially after a season and postseason like this, will this team officially become a dynasty? And I think so. I heard Poppy and A-Rod kind of talking about this on MLB on Fox. But yes, this would 100% be a dynasty. This is after their win last night. Again, this is filmed on Saturday morning. They will have 5 pennants since 2017. In the last 9 seasons, the Dodgers will have made the World Series in 5 of them. I think Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman have made a dynasty. This team, this franchise is unreal. And I think hands down that, especially if they win it again this year, whether it's the Mariners or Blue Jays, I think that the Dodgers, if not already, become a dynasty, especially with Shohei. Like, Shohei kind of secured that dynasty title, I think, in my opinion. But I will say, with the Dodgers win, we are 1 series closer to my perfect bracket. I filled it out, obviously, before the postseason started. And then I've been wrong since. So, you guys should tail the lock of the days. Let's go over teams that have won back-to-back World Series. Now that the Dodgers are on the verge of them. Where are we? Oh, this is about that. All right, which teams have won back-to-back World Series titles? So, we have a few teams up here. We have, obviously, the Yankees, you have the 98, 99, and 2000. That was the three-peat. And that's before the luxury tax and stuff came in. So, again, we'll talk more about the future of baseball and what if the Dodgers win, what it means for baseball. But the Yankees three-peated in 98, 99, and 2000, 77, 78, 61, 62, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. It's just unreal. They four-peated in 36, 37, 38, 39, and then in 27 and 28. The Yankees obviously have the most back-to-backs in Major League history. You have the Oakland A's in the 72, 73, 74, and then you have the Philadelphia Athletics 29, 30, and then 1910 and 1911. You have the Toronto Blue Jays in 92, 93. You have the Red Sox, 75, 76. They won back-to-back. The New York Giants, not the football team, the baseball team, the New York Giants, now the San Francisco Giants, 1921 and 1922. You have the Red Sox, the Boston Red Sox in 1915, 1960, and then the Cubs in 07 and 08 before they went on that huge drought of World Series. Unbelievable. I can't believe that the Dodgers are going to the World Series. Again, I didn't get much sleep last night. The Dodgers won. It is 9:19 a.m. Eastern time. I'm still like the Dodgers are going to the World Series again. We have the graphics being made and we have the shirts being ordered. It's great being a Dodgers fan. It is an absolute pleasure being a Dodgers fan. But if the Dodgers win the World Series, does that mean that there will not be baseball played in 2027? So obviously, every few years there's a contract, an agreement made between the MLB Players Association and the MLB commissioners, and they have to agree on certain stuff. The biggest topic every single time the term comes up is salary cap. And what the owners are going to argue if the Dodgers win the World Series is that there needs to be a salary cap. I hate that idea. Obviously, that's coming from a Dodgers fan who's paying billions of dollars in the 30s and 40s. Being a Dodgers fan isn't going to be as fun as it is right now. Paying everybody back from the deferred money and stuff like that. But if the Dodgers win, is there going to be baseball in 2027? So Jeff Passan put out this actually really good article on ESPN talking about it. Like, hey, this is just going to help the commissioner's side. Now, I think because of this, every single MLB player wants the Dodgers wants the Brewers to win. Just because of that idea. Like, you don't want the commissioners to kind of push this. But hey, hear me. I have a chart here I'm actually going to talk about. The Dodgers and teams that pay the most money actually end up helping out MLB commissioners in making money more than the teams that don't. And I have a thing here from Blake Harris. Blake Harris, Blake Harris put out like a chart, and I'll pop it up here, and you could see that the teams with the most revenue, come from the teams with the most payroll. And at the end of the column, you see payroll over revenue percentage. So you see the Mets, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Phillies, they're the best for baseball. MLB commissioners need to look at this graph that just a fan made. These teams are good for baseball. And at the bottom of the list, you have the Marlins, who have only $317 million in 2024 revenue, but have a 2025 payroll and tax of $86 million. So they're only at 27% of payroll over revenue. We're helping baseball. The teams at the bottom of the list are the ones who are bad for baseball. This makes zero sense. And then at the same time, you have the guys that are like, if the Dodgers lose and if the Dodgers lost in the wild card, people would have said all that money and they can't win a chip like they're supposed to. But then, hey, if they win, they're bad for baseball. Like, it's just a lose-lose situation for the Dodgers. It's a sport, and like, I don't know if you want the Dodgers to try and lose. Like, I don't get this. Dave Roberts said yesterday after the Dodgers won the National League, he said that, hey, let's win 4 more games and ruin baseball. And I'm with him. Like, this is a horrible, horrible decision to try to put a salary cap. No MLB fan should want there to be. Nah, I'm not going to say that, because there are some fans that do just so their team can go up. But your owners have money. That's what I don't get. Owners have money, and owners have the ability to spend money. I love the luxury tax. I think the luxury tax is a fair deal. Hey, if you want to pay over this threshold, we are going to tax you more. And hey, if you want to pay even more than that, that's fine with us, but we will charge you more than, we will tax you more than that. I love the luxury. I love the idea of a luxury tax. I hate a cap. And what I've been arguing, and you could go back to podcasts for the last 120 episodes, what I have been arguing is raise the floor. The league minimum's at like $700,000 right now. Make that $1 million or $1.2 million or whatever, and make a stricter luxury tax. So it makes, or like have like a roster wide floor, a salary floor. It's unbelievable how owners don't want their teams to win. I don't get that. Like the Marlins owners, the Nationals owners, the Pirates owners. I mean, the Tigers, who don't want to pay Scooble. Those owners don't want to pay to win. That's the whole point of the sport. That's the business side of the sport. And these stats prove that the more you pay is the more you make. It's a messed up system that these guys are trying to put into our heads, and it makes no sense to me. But yeah, it's a lose-lose for the Dodgers. Hey, if you guys lose early, you guys spend all this money and lost. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, you guys have won. Oh, that's what you get, that you spend all this money and it's bad for baseball. It's like pick a side. It's pick a side. Yeah, and do you want the Dodgers to lose on purpose so there is baseball played in 2027? If it means that the Dodgers win this season's World Series, the next season's World Series, I don't care if there's a season in 2027. If nobody can win, I don't care. If that's really what the league's going to turn into, I think that's horrible. I think that's horrible for commissioners, for the commissioners and owners. It's just horrible. Let's talk about teams without a manager. So obviously now with 27 teams out, there have been a lot of changes in coaches, coaches being dropped and added. But there are still 8 teams with managerial openings. Those teams include the Angels, the Braves, the Giants, the Nationals, the Orioles, the Padres, the Rockies, and the Twins. Now most of these teams are pretty bad. The Padres, Schultz had to go. He said that he was losing hair and having death threats sent to him by Padres fans, which, hey, the Padres never even had a chance at winning the World Series. I hate to break it to you. Never had a chance. Not one bit. But yeah, you have the teams like the Rockies, the Orioles, the Angels, the Nationals. Like, Twins weren't that good this season. Neither were the Braves. Giants were, all right. And then the Padres were probably the best on this list. But these teams have managerial job openings, and what this means is that Albert Pujols might be going to one of them. I've heard Albert Pujols has been talking to, obviously, the Angels and the Orioles and maybe the Braves. I may have heard the Braves. I don't remember. But it sounds like Albert Pujols might be managing next season, which is really cool. I said my thoughts about this on, I think, last week's podcast. I don't think Pujols is going to be a great manager, especially only retiring a couple years ago. And, I feel like he needs some more coaching experience. Obviously, he coached in, the Dominican or wherever, over the winter and stuff, and he did all right. But I feel like he needs some, real MLB coaching gigs, like bench coach, third base coach, I don't know, whatever coach you could find, whatever opening you could find, and then kind of work your way up. But yeah, that's a lot of teams that need managers, and that's interesting. I wonder who's going to go where and how this is going to work out. Let's talk about the Yankee Lose song. This is hilarious. So on Twitter, it kind of blew up on Twitter. There were these Blue Jays fans who made the Yankee Lose remix song off of from Big Papi. Let me start this off saying that a little preface. During the ALDS, when the Blue Jays were beating the Yankees, Big Papi, who obviously hates the Blue Jays, kind of went viral throughout the whole postseason. And he's actually this has been going on for years, but it'll go, the Yankee lose. And he'll say it just like that, and it's the funniest thing ever. I could listen to it for hours and hours and hours. It's the funniest thing ever. But he really harped on it when the Yankees were losing to the Blue Jays, which is funny to me because I would feel like as a Red Sox fan, obviously you're a bigger rival, or as a Red Sox player, you're a bigger rival to the Yankees, but you shouldn't like the Blue Jays. You know what I mean? You're both in the AL East. It's just a little interesting for me. It was kind of funny, but when the funniest and probably most viral moment was when the Blue Jays won that DS, and Vladdy and Big Papi were together, just going, the Yankee lose, dale, the Yankees. It's just the funniest thing ever. So what these Blue Jays fans did was made a song about it, and it is hilarious. The song is kind of catchy. It's not great production, but it's funny. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'll let you guys hear it now. I'll put this in post edit. 1 second. We gotta pause this real quick. But it's actually funny. This is hilarious. Then the funny part is the ALCS is happening right now, and the Blue Jays are losing. So with Vladdy and these Blue Jays fans doing all this is hilarious. No, I didn't want to do that. I'll mute this side and have you guys listen. If you guys haven't listened to this, you guys are missing out. Yankee lose. That's hilarious. It's the Yankee lose. It's so funny. It's just so funny. The whole thing is hilarious. The whole situation, it's just so funny. Let's so if you guys have friends with a Yankees fan or something, make sure you set that as the ringtone. It makes me laugh every single time I hear this song, and every single time I hear Big Papi say the Yankees will lose. I kind of almost hope that the Yankees would move on just so they could lose more games to hear that. It's just so funny. Let's talk about Emmanuel Clase. It doesn't sound like he will ever be pitching in the MLB again. Obviously, there were some pretty big allegations going on a few months ago about him betting on baseball and on himself. And there's pretty undeniable evidence going against him. We have obviously seen pitches of him like starting off games spiking pitches and just horrible pitches that major league pitchers don't do. And then they saw that there was a high amount of bets going on with the exact pitches that were happening, just stuff like that. And it turns out, the evidence is there. The evidence is definitely there for Clase. And with the pretty obvious amount of money on these bets of when he's like spiking these balls is not looking good for Clase, and it does not sound like he will ever be pitching for in baseball again. But what's funny is that they suspended him just like a week or maybe even just a few days before the trade deadline, and I thought he was going to get traded. I honestly thought he was going to get traded to the Dodgers, and I'm glad he didn't, because I mean, we dodged a bullet there. I feel bad for the Guardians. It really doesn't matter, though, now. They're not going to pay him, and he's not going to play. But I'm glad the Dodgers didn't trade for him. And because if the Dodgers traded like some stuff for him, and then he never ended up playing, like that would have absolutely sucked. But one thing I wanted to bring up about Clase is that not a lot of people remember he was suspended in 2020 for PEDs. He was on like steroids and drugs and stuff, and he got caught in 2020, got the 80-game suspension or whatever. So like he's not new to not cheating, but breaking the rules in the MLB. So just keep that in mind. Like he was suspended before for a totally different reason. And I feel like not a lot of people are like remembering that either. But Clase, he was a great pitcher. He was a great reliever, great bullpen guy. But you just can't bet on yourself and bet on baseball like that. It's just not going to work out, and you're going to get caught. And you know the rules. Like that's kind of what it is. Like you're making millions of dollars. I get it. It's like an addiction. I get it, but like, come on. Let's do our Week 7 NFL pick'ems. Obviously not doing Thursday Night Football, even though Joe Flacco and the Bengals beat the Steelers. But we will start it off with the Rams and Jags. As much as I hate them, give me the Rams. You have the Eagles and Vikings. The Eagles not looking so hot recently, but they will win against the Vikings. You have the Patriots and Titans. Give me the Patriots. You have the Panthers and Jets. Is anybody watching this game? No. But I think that the Jets will win. I know Garrett Wilson's out, but I do think that the Jets will win. You have the Dolphins and Browns. Give me Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins. You have the Saints and Bears. Give me the Bears. Raiders and Chiefs. I hate the Raiders, so give me the Chiefs. You have the Colts and Chargers. Give me the Colts. Giants, Broncos. Hey, can Scatabo do it again? No, I think that the Broncos will win. You have the Packers and Cardinals. Give me the Packers. Go, Pack, go. You have the Commanders and Cowboys. How about them Cowboys lose? Give me the Commanders. Then you have, for Sunday night, you have the Falcons and 49ers. I hate the 49ers. I hate the NFC West. But give me the 49ers. And then we have 2 Monday Night Football games, which is dumb. One is being played at 10 o'clock at night. The Seahawks are going to be playing at 10 o'clock at night, which sucks. But you have the Bucks and Lions. I think that the Lions will win. It's in Detroit. And then my Seahawks are playing at 10 o'clock at night. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing playing at 10 o'clock at night? I get it. It's on the West Coast, but I'm not staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning to watch the Seahawks. Like, what are we doing? But it is in Seattle. It's a late game. Give me Seattle. Hopefully we do better than we have the last couple weeks. All right. It's hard this year to know like what teams are good and what teams are going to win, because like there have been a lot of upsets, and there have been like upset weeks. Like week 5, week 4, week 5. Like there's just a whole bunch of upsets, and we got like 3 wins one week. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. But let's it's gonna be a short podcast, but that's all right. Let's go over the top 5 rookies so far this season. At number 5, we're going to do McMillan. Let me scroll down here. Right here, we got McMillan at number 5 for the Panthers, wide receiver for the Panthers. He was drafted 8 overall by the Panthers this draft season. So far this season, this is before week 7. He has 27 receptions, 380 yards, and 2 touchdowns. At number 4, I have my boy Cam Scattaboo, running back for the Giants. He was drafted in the 4th round, 105 overall. So far this season, he has 82 carries, 338 rushing yards, 20 receptions, 155 receiving yards, and 5 total touchdowns just after 6 weeks in the NFL. I wanted to put him higher in the list, but there are guys that are more deserving. You have Tyler Warren. Tight end for the Colts. He has 3 touchdowns, 370 yards, 29 receptions. He was 14th overall in the draft. You have Abdul Carter for the Giants. He's actually been unreal. He was 3 overall. That's where I thought Shedeur was going to go. Nope. Turns out Shedeur didn't go to 1-something, 90s, or I don't know. He went way up. But Abdul Carter, the edge for the Giants, 3 overall. He so far this season, he has half a sack and 13 tackles. He's actually really good. Defensive Rookie of the Year, potentially. I think that they'll give him that. And then you have Emeka Egbuka, the wide receiver for the Bucs. Unreal, man. 5 touchdowns, 469 yards, 27 receptions. He was 19 overall. Yeah, the Bucs got a good one. And especially with how their season has been going with Mayfield in them, the Bucs are just unreal. And to have this rookie, a obvious number 1 rookie. All right, that is going to do it for the 120th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Thank you all for listening. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, your Amazon Alexa, YouTube for all the visuals. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Go to shophattricksports.com to get some merchandise. And we will see you guys next week for episode 121.